My name's Karima Alexander. I am 28 and I'm an artist from West London. So I was in a bit of a low place when I first started getting into art. I'd done art as a kid, like I'd done it in college and primary school, stuff like that. But I was in a relationship, in a situation that wasn't very healthy. So I was basically like someone's prison pen pal. So it started with like painting a few pictures, and then I found that I just kind of couldn't stop. And self-esteem wise, I didn't love myself, I didn't care about myself, and the bag thing kind of came from that feeling of laying down with someone but feeling soulless. So that was when I said to my friend, like, let me just put a bag on your head and like get naked, let me just take pictures, I want to paint that feeling. And before I was saying, oh yeah, I just do it because I can't paint faces, but I just didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. And I did them naked because for me, being naked can make you feel really confident, but it can also make you feel really vulnerable. So that was it really. So I started in 2012 doing like the covered heads, and then, yeah, I just kept painting, and then it reached a point where I had all these canvases at home. And I remember my mum looked at me and she was like, what are you going to do with all these pictures? And I was like, I don't know, I don't want anyone to see them. It was like a therapy. Like I would paint and I would just go into this world, like my own little world. And that's basically how I got back into painting from being a kid painting. I work a 9 to 5, and I think being in that 9 to 5 and sitting at a desk every day has kind of made me start to think like, this can't be life, because if this is life, then what is the point, sort of thing. So once I realised that, I then was painting more and found that it was, again, a therapy from work as well as emotionally. And then I think once someone wanted to actually buy my work, I started to think, oh, okay, so I can actually maybe make money from doing this. And that was when I started to think, okay, this could be something serious. But I think I'm still kind of at the in-between stage of, do I take that leap and really, buckle down and quit my job? Or do I just continue to keep it as a hobby, as a therapy, alongside my 9 to 5? So that's kind of how I got to where I am at the moment. For this piece here, the hair's quite textured, and that was from like an accident. I had my palette out, the paint had dried up, I started to like play with it, and it was kind of like Play-Doh. So then I created hair. So for me, I think my technique's all about trial and error and just trying to go with it. So this one here, that was also a mix of like using dried up paint, but also just using the wet paint and applying it really thickly to try and create a hair texture. So yeah, it's just all about experimenting and not being afraid to mess up. Because sometimes I'll do a piece and I'll have to do it all over again. But sometimes that's the exciting part, even though in the beginning you literally just want to break the canvas. So for me, celebrating the female form is very personal. It doesn't come from like a feminist point of view. It just came from my initial starting point, which was feeling very insecure, and the female form being a way for me to express that insecurity. And then coming to where I am now, I think I'm a woman, I happen to be black, so that's the type of women that I paint. I'm not trying to make a point of that, it's just, that's who I am, and it's just expressing how I feel really. So I've got covered heads, which was when I was feeling really low, and then I've got the flowery bits, which is when I was starting to kind of come out of myself and like bloom and just be a bit more comfortable in my skin, so yeah. I hope it resonates with women, because if they hear my story, they can kind of relate. Because I think we've all been in a situation where we've been seeing someone, male or female, and acted like an idiot or acted out of character. And I think, it's very easy to get sucked into the social media side of things. And I do look at strippers, and I would love to like go to a strip club and be able to paint that sort of form. Because I think that was, I think all women are beautiful in that sort of sense. But with my work, I'm just coming from a place where this was my insecurity, this is how I felt, but I'm also bringing it back to women, everyday women. As much as you might see someone on social media that's got an enhanced bum, you can go to certain countries where women are naturally built like that. So I just hope I don't want people to take my work too seriously. I just want them to just understand my story, and hopefully it kind of resonates with them. But I think from a social media point of view, I did get quite sucked into looking at that sort of body and wanting that sort of body, and I had to kind of take a step back. So because some of the bodies here, like this bum is quite enhanced. That was kind of what I wanted for myself at a point in my life, but I'm not there anymore. So I just want people to hear my story and just take it on board and just know that social media isn't that real, it's not that serious. So, yeah. So my art's changed in more ways than I was actually expecting it to change. I think when I first started out, I thought, okay, I'm sad at the moment, but I'm going to get happier and I'm never going to be sad again. So that was the biggest shock for me, because I started with the covered heads, I was sad. Then I did the flowery stuff and I thought, yeah, I'm just so happy, I'm in a relationship, like I've never been this happy. And then I started to feel a bit down again. So I'm now kind of I'm in like an in-between kind of stage where it's like, I don't know if it's like a growth, well, obviously it's a growth process, but I think I'm still trying to find myself and I'm still trying to work out who I am, but I didn't think I would feel like that at 28. So I think that's how it's changed, and I think my next series of work is going to be completely different to this. It's still going to be women, I think, but I think I'll be coming from a different kind of place. And I think that's what I'm learning with my art, is that it's an emotional roller coaster, and it's okay. And in terms of what I want people to take out of my art, I want them to understand that it's okay to feel sad and then happy and then sad again. You're not letting yourself down by going up and down. Yeah, I think in terms of being part of this new wave of artists, I still kind of struggle to view myself as an artist, which might sound a bit mad. I think because I'm still stuck in in my head, I always told myself that art would never be a career. So sometimes I still have that kind of battle. I'm like, okay, I'm in a 9-to-5, I'm in a decent job, I'm just going to do this, I'm going to excel in that and then just get a mortgage. But then the art side of me is like, no, like you enjoy expressing yourself, you enjoy being in your PJs all day and painting. So I'm still struggling to associate myself with that wave, but I would like to think, for people that do associate me with that I'm making people proud, and I hope people can relate to my work, and I hope that they want to see more of my work. But yeah, I still need to just find myself and accept that, yeah, this is my path, and even if it means that I have to quit my job and be a bit poor and, you know, battle that part of it, it's okay. So I think that's what it is, it's just accepting that this does actually make me really happy. And yeah, that's what I have to do, just accept that a bit more. I've started to try and force myself to do some work, but I've decided that with me, my art comes from my emotions. And I think when I'm really sad, I think I do my best work. And when I'm happy, I don't think it's as good. I think I work well when I'm in a really dark place. Like if I'm at work and I get really peeved off, that's a perfect way for me to go and do some art, because it's I need to just like bash it out. I need to just let myself go into this piece of art. So I think, yeah, my head, that kind of inspires me, my thoughts. My mum inspires me as well. I think because she really believes in me, but she's also my toughest critic. I'm saying it again. My toughest critic. So she'll be really honest with me, which I hate. I'll be like, oh, you don't know anything, don't look at my artwork. So I go into my own world, and I don't like to be disturbed when I'm in my art painting zone. But she is a great help. You need people like that in your life. But yeah, I'd say my mum and just how I feel is what inspires me to pick up the paintbrush and create something. So in terms of achievement / life-changing experiences, I went to Ghana in December, and I don't think I've ever had such an amazing trip, like ever. It was, culturally, it was so different to the UK, but I loved it. I didn't want to leave. And one of my main achievements going out there was getting involved in like some live painting. So someone messaged me who lived in Ghana from, it was called Very Temporary, so that was the name of it. And it was just an event with like loads of young creatives who lived in Ghana, or they might like live between Ghana and the UK. And there was like a live painting concept. And for me, like live painting scares me. And I didn't want to do it. And I ended up doing it, and I learned a lot about myself, because we had to start a piece of artwork, and then another person would then paint over it or paint around it. And for me, that was so hard, because I painted something, I thought, yeah, this looks really good, this looks sick. And then a guy literally came behind me and then started to paint over it. But nothing happened, like no one died, like I was okay. And I needed to do that to kind of get over the whole art ego of, you know, this is me, I don't want to like change how I am and all that sort of rubbish. So that part of Ghana was like, I would say my main achievement was one, live painting in front of other people, 2, meeting more new people, because I think some artists can be quite introverted, I'm one of them. And just embracing Ghana culture. Like I went to like an orphanage, I know it sounds really cliche, but it was like a life-changing experience. Like the whole, even eating the food, everything was fresh, the sun. Like I just felt like I need to travel. I feel like I'm not supposed to live in London. I think a lot of people probably feel like that when they go back to like wherever they're from. Like, I'm not Ghanaian, like I'm half West African. But it was amazing. I'm not half African, quarter West African, but yeah, it was amazing. And I was inspired by the women in Ghana as well. Like their bums, literally, like if I could have photographed everybody's bodies without looking like a creep, I probably would have done that. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. I think if you're an artist trying to start out, I would say just go with it. Try not to doubt yourself, and even if you do doubt yourself, just know that it's normal and just embrace all of the emotions. Even when you feel like your work is rubbish, like I'm going through the stage of like, I feel my work's a bit rubbish at the moment, it's okay to just have a moment, like take it in and just, you know, wait until you want to paint again. It's like, I think just take your time. I had this thing of like, okay, I need to rush, because then if I don't do it by this point, I'm not going to make it as an artist. But you've got people who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s who, you know, suddenly become established. I think with art, try not to forget yourself and just stay true to yourself. I think that's all you can do. I think try and go to as many events as you can. I need to take this advice on board for myself. But try to go, you know, to as many events as you can, try to network and just try and meet new people and just be proud of your work and show people your work. I think my main issue that I've had was that I was really, really shy when it came to showing my work. And I still do get a little bit like that. If you said, oh, you do art? Yeah. It's like, okay, just show me your artwork. So I think just embrace who you are as an artist. Try not to compare yourself to people too much and try not to get too sucked into Instagram because it's dangerous.
It's true though.
It's dangerous.